Hey there, it's EnderVerse. We're back with another monthly wrap-up. There's a lot to unpack, from fresh animation mods, to boss fight mods, to VanillaPLUS mods, and more. So stick around till the end. Now let's dive into the video. We'll start the video with fancy VFX and unusually good visual effects mod. My favorite visual effects are explosions. They feel dramatic and immersive, and the author has been mindful of small details such as flames, camera shakes, and the smoke's color transition from orange to black. Some effects are vanilla friendly, obviously not the explosion one, but shooting arrows is one example of VanillaPLUS visual. Taking damage is also relevant here. Splanching? I don't know. Falls in between VanillaPLUS and non-VanillaPLUS. Although system effects are not vanilla friendly, some players prefer it that way, and even if you are not that type of player, you could simply disable any feature you deem irrelevant to the vanilla game. Everyone is hyped over the 1.22 update, but what the heck, what about the Fletching table? Since Mojang isn't planning anything for this poor workbench as of now, our best bet is Fabulous Fletching. This mod will make the Fletching tables useful. You can create, modify, and enhance arrows using it. Arrows will now have tiers. The flint tier, which is the weakest, up to the forged tier, which is the most powerful of all. These tiers are dependent on the tip of the arrow, and all recipes can be found in the recipe book. Furthermore, the arrows can be modified to have special perks. Volatile arrows will do what you might expect. Prismarine arrows do not lose momentum underwater, and redstone arrows target mobs, more or less like a ballistic missile. This isn't the first mod with the idea of giving use to the Fletching table, but it is by far the one with the best implementation and depth. Woodlands Extra is a very beautiful world generation mod I've come across recently. Again, the concept of the mod isn't anything new, but the implementation is often more important than the idea itself. This mod redesigned some vanilla biomes and introduced new ones. The features here included boulders, bushes, and grand fields of flowers. This mod doesn't add any new blocks, so it is vanilla friendly to some extent, but I see it most suitable for RPG playthroughs. A lot of details suit that kind of gameplay much more in my opinion. Settlement Roads is a very convenient mod. Finding villages won't be a hassle anymore. The mod provides a path that leads right to the nearest village. Additionally, once you arrive at the village, you will notice a sign that points at the next village, indicating how far away it is. This mod is simple enough to be a data pack even, and is an important addition to any newly established mod pack. This mod adds a new Illager pass called the Masquerade. But first, let's talk about how you can find it in the first place. A VanillaPLUS outpost is where you will want to go. Within the chest here you will find a red envelope, an invitation to something called the Masked Ball. Here's a quick tip. Once you arrive here, use an invisibility potion to sneak to this room. Here you will find an enchanted golden apple. This will come in handy later. Being a foreign individual, the masked Illagers won't welcome you with open arms. Killing the Illager attendees is your first task in starting the boss fight against the Masquerade. The attendees include pillagers, vindicators, evokers, illusioners, and witches. Expect this battle to be just as painful, if not even more so, than the actual boss fight. The Masquerade uses a variety of masks, each presenting a member of the raid. This initial boss is capable of summoning Vixes and Fangs from the ground, the evoker mask in action. The Masquerade spawns clones of itself to confuse players. That's when he's using the Mark of Displacement, the Illusioner Mask. Mask of Fury mixes the pillagers with the Vindicator's abilities. The boss will now swing axes and shoot flaming arrows using a crossbow. Finally, we have the Mask of Arcanegy, a stage where the Masquerade throws countless potions. Poison, instant damage, slowness, you name it. Killing this boss will grant you a blank mask, leaving you with the freedom of choosing each type for yourself. Item Landing Sound is a sweet mod that enhances the game's audio experience. Added special soundtracks for when the items hit the ground. All of the items feature the same landing sound. What differs, however, is the surface you drop them on. I've never heard any mod like it. I recommend this mod if you desire an immersive VanillaPLUS mod pack, or any other theme for that matter. Paws is a simple mod that adds new types of dogs to the game. Much like the vanilla wolves, the dogs here are tameable through bones, but you could also use bone cookies, a new item within the mod. The new dogs here are of real life breeds. Their models are very cute and they have incredible animations too. What's cuter are the puppies. You could get them by breeding the dogs with meat. Some dogs are not good fighters, but are good for other purposes. However, the Great Danes in particular are capable of killing enemies to protect you. This mod is great for adding diversity to the dogs in Minecraft, featuring actual dogs and not tamed wolves, in addition to being serviceable either in combat or for digging out artifacts. More tree sizes is another world generation mod on the list, though it only adds bigger types of trees to Minecraft. Some trees are flagged as medium-sized trees, not an absurd. Other trees, however, can be several times the size of its original variant. Giant trees are a feature that can add a sense of age to the forest, indicating an ancient tree that stood the test of time. It may also be a rich source of wood, provided of course you have a tree filling mod. No way are you gonna carry the vanilla way. One issue I saw on the more tree sizes mod is the impact it has on surrounding surfaces. I hope the developer looks into it. Organisms adds prehistoric creatures in Minecraft. The mod included strong behemoths, big animals that are passive-aggressive. They are calm and peaceful, but as you assault them you won't have it easy. A good number of the animals here are aquatic, including seahorses and regular fish. In addition, there are creatures such as bedbugs and this rat-looking creature. The mod was meant to complement the unusual prehistoric mod. In fact, it requires it as a dependency to run, so expect to find animals beyond what this mod offers. Thalassophobia also happened to be an animal mod, only a less pleasant type of animals. Currently, there aren't many mobs within the mod, but it was released only a month ago, so this shouldn't be regarded as a downside. The Thalassophobia is the highlight of the mod, being a giant sea monster with the ability to release a supersonic attack, much like the Woodlands. It will also chase players at incredible speed. Vertebrates are smaller creatures, though just as savage. In terms of chasing, they can be scarier. Even though I made myself a dolphin, they remained on my trail the whole time. This mod has tons of potential, and I wish the author best of luck on this project. Vintage animation is inspired by the game Vintage Story, including different and more fluid animations for a variety of movements in Minecraft. The animations here are mostly concentrated on the farming side of the game, things like tilling the soil, mining blocks, cutting down trees, and digging dirt. It's also comparable with some animation resource packs like fresh moves and just expressions, giving you the chance to further elevate the amount of animations here. Aviator Dreams is a mod with plenty of war vehicles, mainly aircrafts. The purpose of the mod is to add realistic airplanes. Those are models used in real life. For personal use, you could try small biplanes such as the Fokker, and there's also an advanced model of the same plane, featuring a stronger and faster engine. Say you were simulating a modern warfare experience, the Douglas is a good pick, having several seats to occupy. A faster and even bigger option is the Lockheed. This mod is dependent on the immersive aircraft mod, so you should be able to fly these planes easily if you are familiar with said immersive aircraft mod. Luki is a name I'm familiar with. This is the same person who created the Luki's Grand Capitals, one of the best village enhancing mods I've ever seen. This time we have another mod from the same author, that being Luki's Crazy Chambers. The purpose of this project is to overhaul the recently added trial chambers. The new chambers aren't cluttered with a lot of blocks. They are in fact simple looking. You could clearly see across the room, and there is plenty of space to fight should you stumble across a spawner. To think that this mod was made in 1 week is crazy. It reminds me of how Fallout New Vegas was made in 18 months, yet it turned out a masterpiece. Point being, pushing oneself past the limit can sometimes produce great things, though be mindful not to burn yourself out. JoJo is one of my favorite shows, very bizarre and unpredictable. The Roundabout JoJo Mod is a new project that best represents this anime. The stands were accurately portrayed, having great animations and complex fighting mechanisms, opposite to just dealing some damage to the mobs. Besides the stands, many small details have been included: the multi-knives attack, Iggy the dog in One Piece at least, and more. The mod supports multiplayer, so it would be valuable to share this moment with another otaku. This mod is the result of a collaboration between Taxnax and Leon, two highly skilled developers. Saying that the mod is another world generation mod wouldn't suffice. It sure adds terrific looking structures scattered across the plains, the caves, and even the nether. But the special thing about this mod is how it gives you special types of armors bought from the local villagers you will find here. Each armor has varying types of effects like invisibility, speed, resistance, and more. The villagers themselves are not normal, being Illagers, humanoid ghasts, etc. This is an expensive RPG mod, adding structures worth exploring with items you won't find anywhere else. Pomkots Mechs is a mod adding killer robots. The attacking parents here are destructive. Once they mark you, the robots won't stop the bombardment until you are dead. Modern combat mods are essential. Any medieval weapons, ranged or melee, will be harmless to the mechs, so get yourself a firearm, a strong one too. Within the mod is a fully fledged boss called the PMB-01. This isn't really a fight. If I hadn't given myself resistance 100, I'd probably be dead by now. PMB-01 is merciless, featuring numerous types of assaults, all happening with little to no cooldowns. The only chance you'll get at even scratching the PMB-01 is when it shuts down for recharging, and even that doesn't last for long. As you can see, the boss's textures are not normal. They are reflective, which is a feature here. Use the BSL classic shader and enable metallic reflections for this visual. Ephemeral Dimensions is a mod about dreaming. Upon drinking a certain stew, you will enter a new dimension. One time you will get a sweet dream, a land of chocolate soil and sweetland rivers. Other times you will get one of those lucid, sweaty dreams we all get when it's a hot summer. The dreams usually last 2 to 5 minutes, and if you find yourself in a pickle, don't worry, you'll always just wake up. This mod reminds me of dreams where I really screw up something, but eventually I wake up and I feel relieved knowing it was just a dream. Damn, 3 boss mods in one video? That's wild. Sleepy Hollows is a Halloween-based mod, including a new biome with a scary and dark feeling to it. The place is filled with these pink lanterns, along with a new structure called the Cemetery, decorated with new Halloween-themed blocks. In the middle of this place where you will get to fight the Horseman, the main boss of the mod. This mod was actually made for a contest. And once again we have an example of something being done quick and right. The boss features amazing attributes like an evil laugh and the ability to summon several guardians with unique and detailed armors. The animations are great too, though the mod is just a month old, so I do hope the author considers updating it. The Pale Garden and Creaking is a mod that recreates the upcoming 1.22 concept. This mod serves as an all-in-one project, including every single detail that has been relieved on the Minecraft live event. If your excitement is just too much to bear and you can't wait for the new update, then this mod will give you a glimpse, heck, a fully fledged experience even of the 1.22 update. We'll finish the video with a small decorative mod that has to do with the Farmer's Delight mod. Display Delight is a mod that will allow the food in said Farmer's Delight mod to be placeable, in addition to giving it a neat 3D look. The benefits from the mod could be that it will allow you to beautify your kitchens, placing different meals around the house, and grabbing a snack or two if you are hungry. Thanks for watching. This will be the last episode of Mods of the Month series. There will be no mods of the month for December, sadly, but I'm planning something different, and even better. See you then.